Almighty Lone Wolf. Almighty Lone Wolf. Almighty Lone Wolf.
YouTube, what's going on? Thank you guys for checking out my custom. We're gonna cover a few things and then we're gonna wrap this up. I'm also gonna unbox a pair of shoes that I have waited on for quite some time. So as you can see here, and as you saw throughout the video, these were the Bloodline Air Jordan 1s. Some of the things I want to touch on is the fact that it took 2 weeks for Nike to send them, which is fine. But when they sent them without all 3 pair of laces. So the only laces that I got was the black laces with the red wording, which for some reason they don't really fit with these particular ones. And it's a OG high, so I'm not sure why that is, but I called customer service and they literally told me to shop for some laces that match the Air Jordan 1 because the additional laces are considered more so like extra or like a gift, as if for $170 we should definitely get all 3 of our laces if we paid for the shoe. I think I paid like $150 for this shoe. And then I found out that the Bloodline 2.0s are not happening. So I decided to make my own Bloodline 2.0s. Whether you want to call them Chicago's, Bloodline Chicago's. So sit this up here for a second. Get this out the way. Hope you guys can see it. This is some of my best work. These took a lot of effort. I was trying to paint the wing logo by hand, but my hand is not steady and my hands are too big. So I used a stencil, as you guys saw in the video, and it worked out great, even though I did it by hand as far as hand brushing versus having a air brush gun. So you can paint the wing logo with a paintbrush if you don't have the air brush gun. All right. The colors that I used in order to do this custom, and by the way, if I could go back, I would have probably just not laid down any white over the black. I would have either just started using pink. I think this is hot pink. Or I would have started with a base of regular red. So my custom has a combination of 3 different reds. So along with the basic red, I used fire red, and I used chili red. Chili red is most of the shoe, and I barely have any left. So the white laces, I bought them off of Amazon, lit laces. So if you ever come into a situation where you don't get all your laces that you buy from Nike or from the sneakers app, make sure you hit them up on Amazon or go to their webpage. With everything that's going on, it's better to go through Amazon, so it's guaranteed to be shipped to you in a decent time frame. I also added some additional touches to this shoe. I also put in some good quality shoe horns to keep down a certain level of creasing when I do decide to finally wear these. Check out that wing logo. I mean, everyone pretty much painted over the swoosh, they painted over the red and all that, but I actually flipped it around. So what I did was I painted a lot of the outlines black, and I kept the swoosh as is, and I did the stencil for the wing logo. The stencil didn't exactly fit this shoe, but it is a custom, and I'm willing to deal with that because these are a one of one. And as you saw in the video, I used the matte finish, so that way when I use leather lotion, it keeps the shoe nice and moisturized, and it also helps tone down the matte finish as well as the paint itself. I kept the bottom red. Those black laces are trash. They'll probably never get put into these. And I also have a pair of red laces. But anyway, that's the shoe. These are my Air Jordan 1 Bloodline 2.0s. I think I did a hell of a job. I'm pretty sure people are probably gonna overlook this because of everything that's going on, and I have zero issues with that. If you have any questions about my custom, let me know down in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Alright. Now we're going to get into a quick, very quick unboxing. These shoes have become very popular. I see that a lot of prominent YouTubers have gone out their way to make a bunch of videos about how they're selling out and how they're hard to get and how you don't really rock with mids, but yet you somehow wanted the hell out of these. I could say it's a little bit of clout chasing, but to each his own. It's funny how the majority of their collections are highs, and I've heard them in the past say on camera that mids are ugly and I don't rock mids. But this shoe actually made people change their whole thought process, which is amazing. The Air Jordan 1 Mid, the colors are black and gem red. Pretty sure you guys know what these are. Not even gonna stall. Boom. I know you're like, you just made a pair of custom Chicago's out of the Bloodline. Oh, one more thing. The quality of those Bloodlines of this pair that I got off the Nike app is probably a 7 out of 10. The black leather quality was terrible, which made my custom take a little bit more time to do. The white leather does remind me of the Shattered Backboard 2.0s. Very soft, very nice, makes the shoe look very classic and vintage and all that stuff. But why do you have it? Because I've been rocking mids for a very long time. I know the history of the mids. I've seen Michael Jordan wear mids. I've owned retros that were mids. The box actually called them retros, and I still like them. And I have way more of the bread colorway than this colorway in my vault. So I'm trying to make everything even, you know. So when I go to look at my shoes, and I can go through different timelines by showing different shoes. I bought these from Shoe Palace. One night I was just going down their website, and all of a sudden, all they had left was a size 14. And I only paid $115. I think on StockX they're going for like $130 or something like that. I really hope the price goes down, because this shoe should have not been hyped the way it did. This is a mid shoe that is everything but a black toe, which I'm very disappointed in how idiotic and willfully ignorant people can be. Not sure if you guys know this, but in the shoe anatomy, you know, from the ankle collar to the heel to the outsole to the midsole, this is your toe cap. So this is where your toes are, okay? Your toes are not right here. This is the top view of your toes. But this is your toe cap, okay? Whether you want to call this a toe box, cool, but guess what? You're still wrong. This area right here, this black area, is called the vamp, all right? You can't call this a black toe when the vamp is black. And the OGs that are referred to as black toes, the toe cap is black, while the vamp is white. So, a lot of you hype beasts and prominent YouTubers, you're doing whatever it takes to make sure you get the views and you get the likes. But the truth is, you guys are misleading people to just go along with the hype. Even StockX had to change the name of these from black toe to Chicago toe. I could see if you guys said 85 toe, because from this point to the front looks like the 85s that you call reverse braids. I don't understand, because it's not really reversed. But in any event, I'm glad to finally have these. I actually did not want them because of all the hype, but when Shoe Palace had them, I went ahead and scooped them, because I have no problem wearing mids. I don't wear shoes for other people. I wear them because I like them, and I can spend my money on whatever the fuck I want to spend it on. As far as the on foot, you can watch it on foot all across YouTube. If you have any questions, as far as like the leather quality of those, standard Air Jordan mid quality, they may be man-made material leather, but I do believe these are going to crease well over time. I think this is more like a man-made leather. It's kind of hard to really determine if this is vegan leather, but I don't have to try them on and do all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. As I said, if you have any questions about my custom, please let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like, sub, and share this video, and my next video will probably be a comparison vid between the Air Jordan Flint 13s that I won off of the sneakers app and the Air Jordan 13 Flints that I bought from StockX, because sometimes we have to check the checkers, right? So, because I've seen a lot of prominent YouTubers have ill feelings towards StockX for a bunch of reasons, but in my situation, I want to compare the two to make sure what is on the Flint 13 should be on both shoes, and if not, we can definitely talk about it. And that way you can make your own choice about where you want to get your Flints from. Do you want to wait for the restock? You want to buy it from StockX, Go, wherever? That video is going to help show you that if it comes from the Nike app a certain way, when you buy it elsewhere, it should look the same way. If not, you should definitely question it. Don't let anybody just tell you to just go along with anything. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Can I talk my shit now? All right. I can't be on YouTube and not speak my mind about what's going on. I really can't say rest in peace George Floyd, because I feel like spiritually there is definitely an unrest, not only with him, but dozens of other people that have lost their lives the way George Floyd lost his life. And by the way, if you have an issue, if you are squirmish about a conversation about racism, police brutality, bigotry, willful ignorance, you might as well click the fuck off the video. This is for the people who need to understand that all righteous people need to stand together right now. So if you're not for the righteous, you might as well just do whatever you're gonna do and get the fuck on. But this is for the righteous. My black people, my black folks, we have to stand up right now. All this back and forth on the internet about how we should do things, how we shouldn't do things. For one, I'm not gonna criticize the youth that are standing on the side of righteousness. We have lost too many lives on camera to the hands of racist, bigoted, prejudiced police officers. It's happening too much, and enough is enough. But we can't just keep saying enough is enough. We can't keep tweeting about it, singing about it, making trash songs about it like T Grizzly did. It's time for action. This is a now or never type of situation right now. And for my people that feel like no one's interested in private black-owned businesses becoming victims of the riots and looting. Let me tell you something. Just because the news doesn't show it doesn't make it untrue. The people that are doing that, they're gonna have their day. But we can't keep blaming us for things that we know psychologically, physically, and factually, it's not just of our doing. This is a string of events that have led to the riots and the looting. First of all, I don't condone none of that shit that's being done to black-owned properties whatsoever. Those that are doing it, I'm here to state out loud, y'all some bitch-ass cowards. And I hope you get exactly what you get, because this is not the opportunity for you to be exactly who you've been all year long. A dirty, dusty, cowardly, bitch ass, hoe ass, lame ass, lazy ass son of a bitch. Because you're fucking up everything that the righteous youth are trying to do right now. This country has been ran by the baby boomers all along. And that's not a diss to all of them, but y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. A lot of them went to sleep when Barack Obama became president. Why? We have had so much time to plan, strategize, organize, and execute for over 12 years. Before the pandemic, we had time to plan, strategize, organize, and execute. So during this riot, if you are affected by this and you are a black business, it's not that we don't care. It's just now this is the opportunity for people to educate themselves on what needs to be done to better protect the black-owned properties that are being affected nationwide. That shit ain't cool. But we're not going to use that as the narrative to become the front of what all this is from. Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and everybody before that, Walter Scott, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile. I can go on and on and on. We all know the names. So why haven't we acted on it? Why are we not acting? Turn the fuck up, people. If you are an ally, if you are for the righteousness, if you are right, if you are on the right side of this, you need to be standing up too. Because your silence is even more violence. Charges are not enough. Third degree, second degree is not enough. One case going the right way is not enough. It has to be right every time it happens. Black people are always held accountable for everything that happens to them since the very beginning. My ancestors were brought over here from West, Central, and Southeastern Africa to Alexandria, Virginia. I don't give a fuck about Alexandria, Virginia. I care about a nation stealing entire people, creating a country off of the backs of them, and then when they get pulled over by the police, or if they have to go into custody, they don't make it to the station alive. That shit ain't right. So if you feel like what I'm saying is something you're not comfortable with, then you are not on the side of righteousness. And you need to stay the fuck out of the way. Out of my way and out of the way of the righteous youth. Those kids are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Not being scared and letting it be known that we are no longer taking this bullshit from the top to the bottom. We have had so much time to get this shit together. It's too many of us in all these areas, like Atlanta, to where it's now a group of people standing in front of those businesses that don't need to be touched. Sitting there crying about the Lenox Mall, the Gucci store. I thought y'all didn't rock Gucci. You have no excuse of not understanding the difference between the righteous and agents, provocateurs, and traitors. You've seen the video clips of people riding around with bricks, pretending to be down for the cause, and they're only there to stir up shit. Please understand this. If we don't stand up now, we need to be quiet. Seriously, we are fully equipped at this point to make a lot of changes that should have been done. Don't let the media and the government tell you about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and how they prefer for you to act like him. Let me tell you something. That is like them going into his grave, pulling his head out of his casket and holding it up and says, see, y'all should act like him because he was not about what y'all doing right now. That's bullshit, and you know it. Stop letting them be disrespectful to Dr. King's legacy. Do y'all not do your research? Do y'all not understand that the Dr. King that they assassinated was one that woke up and realized that the way he had gone about things needed a lot more strategy and a different point of view? Why is it that they praise Dr. King, someone that was murdered in front of everybody, and they hardly say anything about the brother Malcolm X because he was supposedly killed by his own? Let me tell y'all something about that. Black people, my black folks, what we have amongst us needs to be resolved amongst us. There does not need to be an audience of how we handle each other. We can resolve all the issues amongst us. We are not too far gone. We are all that we have in this country. So don't let nobody tell you what about what y'all do to each other. That shit'll get handled. It does get handled away from the cameras. A lot of you keyboard fucking warriors, y'all do so much talking. No more talking. Shut the fuck up and move something. You are fully equipped to make change. There's no excuse for anybody. The shit is not right how we get treated in this country. The shit is not right. 400 plus years. Every opportunity to make life better for ourselves gets burnt down. And some of you motherfuckers is crying about a Target or a fucking Walmart. Fuck you. The best way for you to protect yourself and the ones you love is by becoming educated and becoming active in what's going on and keeping your eyes completely open. Don't let nobody tell you that Dr. King would have done differently. You don't know that. He felt he was leading his people into a burning house. Have you not heard of that quote before? All this sitting around praying and hoping and tweeting is over. We need to be active on all fronts. Do not criticize this youth if you have no intent to protect them and to make sure they're on the path of righteousness. Period. That's all I have to say. If you don't like hearing about wanting change for my people and wanting the police brutality to stop and for the police to be finally held accountable for their actions, not only against black people, but against humanity in general, you're on the other side with them. Stay out of my way. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. It's now or never.